Hello friends and welcome back to the channel. It's Angela, the Traveling Crafter, and if you are just joining us for the first time, welcome. I enjoy doing lots of junk journaling, lots of thrifting for vintage treasures, some traveling, and lots of DIY projects. And if you are returning, thanks for hanging out with me. I really appreciate y'all. So what are we going to do today? Well, it's Sewing Notion Sunday, and I'm so happy it's back. And I am going to show you a super speedy way to create some fabric tags and some clusters while we're at it. And we're going to use what is called builder's paper. Now, that's what I'm using. You can use whatever you wish, but builder's paper is something that you see it often put down on the floors, then they tape it up. It is equally as thick as or almost exactly like a paper bag. So if you have a paper bag, you use a paper bag. If you have some other type of paper that is, a little bit heavy, but not too heavy, just think paper bag thickness, that's perfect. So the first thing that you're going to want to do is find your paper and decide we're going to make tags. So decide in which height you want your tags. So I have two different stacks here. The first one is 5.5 inches tall, and the second one is quite a bit taller. It is 7 inches tall. We're going to work on the 5-inch one today. And I'm going to show you this in kind of stages so that you can make these, mass make these. And like I said, while you're at it, bonus, we're gonna make some clusters as we go. So the one thing that you're gonna want to do is fold your piece of paper to the height in which you want it, and you're gonna leave it unglued. You're only going to be using your top piece to put all of your fabrics on. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. And I have, I'm just using a little bit of PVA glue stick. That's it. Because, as you can tell here, I will take these off camera and sew them, or you will if you wish. If you are not going to be sewing, you're going to want to use something like your Fabri-Tac, something that's going to bind glue to paper, or fabric to paper. But for this, I just need to kind of get it on here a little bit. So I have some stacks of fabric. So you're going to need your paper, some fabric, random little scrappies, and you're going to need a glue stick, a sewing machine should you choose, and perhaps you will need some pinking shears or regular scissors. That's it. So what are we going to do? Well, we're just going to start to put little pieces on here. And I need my regular scissors because I want to make these a little bit smaller. Ooh. Here, I'm going to move these over here so my arms are not in your way. Now, the way that I did this, pretty simple. No thinking involved. You're just basically collaging with fabric. The reason I am using glue stick is because I just need to get it into place. I do not need it to adhere down so much that it's permanent, because I am going to be sewing mine. And I do not care if it is adhered to the other piece of fabric. So this is not adhered because I'm going to sew it. Now, am I going to sew it for you guys today? The answer would be no, because my sewing machine is doing things. They're doing things. It is doing things, and I have to do some adjustment, and my head is not in the headspace to actually do that today. So one thing, I had this really crappy little glue sticks that I found. They're gel glue sticks. They're just washable school glue. And this is why I started the project, because it was messy and these were crap, and so I was using them. But you don't want to have to see that, so we won't do that today. But that is kind of what led me down this, hey, how can I do this in a fast, easy way? I don't like that. to save myself time. Okay, but we had these 2 little pieces, so we're just going to stick those there for now. This is a quilt piece, so we're just going to, no, that's going to go in the scraps. Let's see, what else do I have? Oh, here. That'd be okay. Maybe a little piece of that. We shall see. This is from, this piece that I'm putting down right now is in the sewing kit that is on the Maker's Market. So if you are looking for some cool fabrics and a whole kit of everything related to sewing, then go check the Maker's Market out. Well, check it out anyway if you haven't been over there. Join us. There's a community where we visit and chat. We have many makers if you're interested, whether you're purging your craft supplies or whether you're making journals, whatever the case may be. There's something for everybody, and it's just a really cool collective of individuals that all have a love of supporting other small businesses, for sharing their creative items, for just chatting about. We're going to be doing some fun. This is vintage. We're going to be doing some collabs and some craft alongs and such together. All right. This is a little bit harder when you're putting it on fabric. I'll just have to admit that. I'm not going to worry about cutting that off right now because I can do it later. All right, let's do another one. Not like the other one. Go, team, go. All right, I like that. We did not use this. Might wait on that. I'm going to do something while I'm... I make these into little clusters as I go. Well, here, and just take this off, add that on there. There we go. I hope you guys can see that. All right, let's do one of these. Let's do a bright one. And, oh, I got a lot of solids in here, so I don't know what that's going to be like, but we'll try it out. So one thing that I learned in doing this is doing kind of the edges and then coming back, which I really didn't honestly do in that last one. I left a little bit of space in between each one. And just stick with me here because I'll show you what's going to make this super, super fast and easy. All right, these are all solids. Well, let's just not overthink it. Let's just roll with it. And we'll use some of this to add to it. I'm just going to put this, I know that doesn't really make sense. No, I'm not going to use that one. I'll have an idea for that. Let's see. And let's put another piece of this pinky on here. I may add some, do I have some yellow? I do. So I hope you guys are having a great day on this Sewing Notion Sunday. So Sewing Notion Sunday is just an open collaboration that I host. Anybody can participate. Just use the hashtag Sewing Notion Sunday. Do you have to post it on a Sunday? No. But I was just doing mine on Sunday, so therefore that's what I called it. Okay, now that's going to drive me crazy that those two are together like that. It sure is. Let's use a blue. We need to break this up. Ugh. I'm just going to tell you. this there, this there. I haven't glued them down yet because I need to figure out. I'm not loving this at the moment, friends. All right, let's do another orange. I normally don't lay these out, but because I'm doing the stripes with the solids, I need to kind of... Nope. I don't like that they're all three together. I'll make it work. Okay. Let's just see here. Calgon. Did I put that down? Sort of. I'm guessing the mailman's here, so my apologies. Demi is up. She had school today, or didn't have... She has college classes today, but she didn't have regular classes. So it's just... It's rocking those dogs' world. I'm not loving this, but it's just going to be what it is. You know what I mean? It'll be fine. It'll look great when I get done. Right now, it looks pretty terrible. Ruby. All right, it is what it is. Okay, let's put those aside. Let's see. Oh, gosh, I'm going to be able to do quite a few of these, aren't I? Well, you know what I have over here is... I have some of this. Should we do a little Christmassy one? I might have to cut some more. Here, let's use the... This was done with pinking shears. So one thing to note, if you haven't already, speaking of the Makers Market, but it's also on my community page and in the description, there is a link if you are so inclined to join the Deck the Halls swap 23. So it's hashtag Deck the Halls 23. And I am hosting a little swap that... is open to anybody, whether you have channels, whether you just whomever you are, whatever you're doing. If you feel like participating, we're using playing cards, and we are creating something, an altar playing card, and then there's a sign-up sheet in the description, and we are then sending those to the friends on that list, and you can... all that I ask is that you send to at least 5 people. You can send to as many as you wish. But the list is, once you sign up, in the link that's in the description, then I will send you a link to everybody that signed up so you can see that and have all of the information you need to send them a little goodie. So it's going to be fun. And you've got time. Really, there's no hard set, dates, but because I put the December 1st to sign up, but technically you can really sign up whenever you want, because as long as you do it before it's time for the packages to go out or the cards to go out, you'll be fine. Ruby, please don't. We just don't need that today in our lives. Okay? Okay. You think she's going to rationalize with me? I don't think so. Heck no. She's not. It's a lot my fault because I don't think, to close the office door. And then they can see all the action going on. All the action in the hood. So what I'm doing is, as I have little scraps, I'm just putting them up here, and then those will be my clusters, and I'll tell you how I do that after we are done. Okay, let's see. I need one more piece. This might be too... No, I think it'll be okay. So as far as Christmas projects, let's talk about that for a little bit. So I have a Jingle Bells little golden book journal in the Maker's Market, and I have an Ideals Christmas journal in the Maker's Market. Those are all of the journals that I'm going to do for... I did a December daily, but that one has already sold. So that journal is done, and I did that together. If you want to go back and check it out, the videos on how I did that. That was a fun one. I'm going to do more of that style of journal, which is something new that I decided to give a go, and it turned out lovely. I loved it, and it was fun and not hard. So, check that one out. All of the videos that I'm doing for the swap will be in the December daily playlist. I just decided to put everything in there. Okay, am I missing anything there? No, I'm good. But, I cannot even. Let's put you up there. I'm going to use this. I don't know what's going on out there that's so, unless there are workers out there. Yeah, thank you, Demi. All right, we're going to put that aside. This is going to be our tab. All right, do we have enough to do 2 more? Well, depending on how wide we make it, we probably do. So where was I before I was rudely interrupted by the poochies? So yeah, anybody can participate. And then if you wish, you can share your cards when you get them, like on or after December 15th. That way people have time to get them to you. And if you feel like doing a process video like I am doing, then by all means, do that at any time. Or if you want to keep it a surprise, you can do that too. And then I would say probably, I said the 20th, but I really think you probably could just do it on or after the 15th as well, if you want to keep it a surprise. I did mine as a mass make, step-by-step, several different videos. So I decided, I'm just going to pop mine out there and do it as I go. So that worked for me, but you do you. You know me, the rules are usually there are not rules. Or if there are, they're not very many. But if you do participate, one thing I would love is if you tag me so I can see and use that hashtag December Deck the Halls 23. And we're going to do yep. 2 of my favorite colors, red and orange. Yes. Yes, indeedy. Now, I feel like I don't have a lot of other scraps out here, so now where it's going to... I'm going to get desperate. Oh, for the love of Pete. I've got to just use what I got. That's just the way it is. So maybe we'll just keep using this and... I don't have any more of the orange. I should have made the orange in 2 different spots, but I didn't. And the cool part about this is that, it doesn't have to be totally straight, because once you shore it all up, then you can put it together and cut it to the size that you want it. I know this isn't exactly... Do I have any more orange? I do. But this is going to be your substrate or your base. That was really dumb. Oh, well. I'm not even going to worry about it. We'll make it work. And you're going to be probably decorating it with something. Or, you know, they turn out pretty cool like you saw in the samples that I did without anything on them. So you got choices. All right, I'm going to do it. I know it's going to be dumb, but it'll be fine. Everything's fine. Nope, I want to go right. And you can see, like, this isn't, none of that's glued down. It's just tacked on. That's going to be a big old cluster. All right, we'll make that a cluster. All right, we got room for one more. I did have more orange. Here it is over here. Yay. Save the day. Save the day. Now, if you sew this, the one thing to remember is just go slow, because you want to make sure that things get all caught, if you will, where they need to. So if you're a speedy seamstress, slow your roll. Slow your roll. Okay, there's 3. We got room for one more. Do I have some other stuff to do? You know, well, here. Let's do another one of these. I've got stuff. Let's use some of this. I did not use this before. I don't have much for... what do you call those? Clusters. I used a lot of the scraps. I did indeed. By the way, that glue that I'm using right now was a test product, meaning I wanted to test it to see if it would work, from Temu. And I have to say, I really like it. Believe it or not. It works great. It is PVA glue, and it's acid-free, photo-safe. Goes on great. Haven't had any issues whatsoever. I tested it out. Or I just bought it just to test it out, and I found that I really like it. And it's cheap. You can't beat that. But the thing is that I purchased the stuff, the Scotch Create that I really like. And I kind of forgot that I had ordered that to test it. So now I have a plethora of glue sticks, but can you ever have too many? I don't think so. And these don't go like exactly perfect with it, but you know what? It's fine. Everything's fine. Little piles of fabric. If I use some of this green that doesn't have any of that brighter pink on it, I think it'll be okay. I do. So sometimes I use the I glue right on there. Sometimes I glue onto the fabric. It just depends on where I'm placing it. And sometimes I do both. I don't worry about the little pieces on there. I cut them all off when I'm done. It's all fine, all good. But this is a super fast way. When I did this, of course, not talking and off camera. Oh, I bet it took me, I always try to give you some time frame. It probably took me a half an hour to do everything. So to glue everything on and to sew it up. Probably a half an hour. That's it. I am going to, I got a few too many of these. Okay. Oh, here, we got this one that we used at the top. The very old vintage piece. We'll use that as our base up here for this. Come on now. There we go. Let's see how much we can cover here. I think I want this under there. There we go. I'm just making sure that's not tucked underneath there. And then I think I'm going to do one little piece of this. Just to break it up. Yep. Okay, there we go. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tags done. And that was, what did I say, 19-inch piece. There we go. All right, all of that's finished. Now the next thing that we need to do, and we've got a few little, not a lot, but we have a few little fabric clusters. I could probably make something out of, that's a little bit too big. Maybe out of that. That's a little bit too big. I'm dropping things. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to do, let me move some of this stuff out. And let me just tell you, just as an aside, what I do. So I lay all of these out as I'm using my scraps up. And I take them all to, I take them all to the sewing machine and I just pile them on top of each other and I pick one up and I slide it through. And then when it's almost done, I grab the next one and then I have my long piece of clusters and then I can decorate them. So that's just one of those things, like I need something to do. I'll take them upstairs, I'll decorate them, and they're all finished. So let's just move these little, actually, I think this might, see, that looks cute together. Maybe we could put this behind it. Let's see. Doop-a-doo. There we go. There's one. There's one. These are all kind of similar in color, so I'm going to have to probably rearrange it when I take them to the sewing machine. All right. Now we got this. Here's what we're going to aspire to. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to glue on the tabs. We're going to glue them right to there. We still have not glued this piece to this piece. So you're going to choose which ones, and you could probably tell that's what I was doing. So I'm just going to lay this out here. As easy as this, I'm just going to put a little piece here. I'm going to kind of pull it. Oh, see, I was off, way off. Huh, that's funny. Make sure it's kind of in the middle. And I kind of like them sometimes to go like that. Okay. So now that one's on there. A little derpy. All right, now we need an orange one. We don't need it probably that long. And I think I might... maybe that. that one there. And that one will go on my scraps. I can probably make it. Do I have something? That's too bright. That's scrapadilicious. Uh-oh. Well, here. You know what? We can use... No. Oh, here. It's up here. Let's use a little piece of this. I could have just ripped that, I guess, for that one. And what about a piece of this for this one? Now, you could add any kind of tag that you want. I'm just using fabric because I've got it out. But you could just make your tags and not do anything with it. All right, so let's do this one. Whoops. Showing you guys this is not the easiest. Okay. All right. I'm just going to glue a little bit. There. And, you know, it's just glue stick, so you can move it around where you want it. That's looking good. Okay, let's get this one on there. And this one, I think I'm going to do on the front. So I'm going to glue part of it here. And then I'm going to glue this part here. So when I sew it together, it would be like that. I might do that with this one too. So we can put it down here just for a little contrast, I think. Can't get much easier than this project. Definitely great if you have tons of scraps of fabric. Come on now, get off my finger. There we go. And pop this one back here. All right, it is done for this part. So now all you're going to do is you will take this to your sewing machine and you are going to lay it out like this. And then you will sew. Now, here's how I did it. Let me show you on this, because this is, I've got one more stage to do. So, on this one, let's just cut this off now. There we go. For this one, what I did is I pretty much sewed going this way. So, I just laid it out like this. Put it through my sewing machine all the way, lines. And then I kind of went back and went, oh, that's going to need a little one here. Or that's going to maybe need another one. Like I could probably, no, I don't think I'm going to need it. But then what I will do next is I will glue this together. Look at how messy that is. This wasn't the one that I messed. I don't know which one that one was. I'm just going to kind of glue this together so it's down. And kind of just tacked together, if you will. And like I said, this gave me no issues whatsoever when I was sewing it in the machine. Now, all you're going to do not cut it apart yet. You just leave it like this. And now you can go around all of your edges to do your finished touches like this. This way, when you're done, you can turn it over and all you have is writing space there. It's great. And they're very, very fast. This one I did a little, I put a little Santa on there and then went around that. I think one of them I made a mistake on. And I needed to, yes, this one. So, you know, there's that. I thought I needed that extra little piece. And so, oops. But aren't those cute? And super, super fast and easy. So that's my Sewing Notion Sunday for you. I'm going to take these off camera. I'm going to clean up, and I'm going to finish up these two and go sew them, cut them up, and we will call this a video. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I look forward to seeing what you've created. Until next time, friends, remember to take time to just be. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.